ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Higurashi. Last time right, Tomoe and Madoka almost died. They, they almost got fucking blown up, dude. Someone was trying to assassinate them. It was clearly pointing towards, the ex-boyfriend, just as there's a scene where Madoka clearly identified her car, though it doesn't seem like Tomoe has, processed that yet. But it is Higurashi. It doesn't just because it's pointing that way. It could just be some random thing, not like a random bombing, but like a totally different culprit. Um, so who knows? I don't know. Let's just go in. Madoka kind of had a panic attack, obviously, from her past trauma with the other arson incident in her life. So let's let's just continue from there. When Tomoe heard footsteps approaching from outside the quiet hospital room, she rose up from the chase lounge. That moment, Yamotai came running around the far corner toward Tomoe, drenched in enough sweat that he probably ran the whole way here. We're chilling. She's not hurt, at least. And I guess those burglars died. It was really lucky that, who was it? Whoever left the key in the car so they had to, like, walk away, and then someone was breaking in, and when they broke in, the car blew up. Feeling relieved, Yamotai leaned a hand against the wall and let out a huge sigh, then wiped the sweat from his forehead with its sleeve. Tomoe pulled a handkerchief from her pocket and said "here" while holding it out to him.
君は大丈夫なのかね？平気です。受け身を取った時にちょっと腰と肘を打ちましたが、ただの打撲です。無理がするなよ。
Yamote grabbed the handkerchief and then took a seat in the chase lounge. Tomoe took a seat next to him.
事故の死傷者は2人全身やけどなどで意識不明の重体だ。
Oh, they didn't all die, at least. Well, critical conditions. Pretty bad.
1人はなんとか命を取り留めたようだが。
Oh, nobody died!
傷つけたようで。
I thought for sure.
無理だな。通行人やその他の人に怪我はありませんでしたか？ああ、不幸中の幸いだった。数台の車が爆風と破砕した部品で損傷したとのことだが、当時駐車場には誰もいなかったようだ。夜でよかった。昼ならこんなものでは済まなかっただろう。
Tomoe swallowed her words and kept silent. It was certainly true that more pedestrians would have been nearby in the daytime, leading to significantly more victims. However, Madoka probably wouldn't have been as traumatized if it hadn't happened that night. At least then, old wounds wouldn't have resurfaced. Though as much as I care about Madoka, I think it's probably a better net positive that there was less people around that may have gotten hurt.
所長、この後予定は？いや、特に。できればまどか君に付き添ってやりたいのだが、構わないだろうか。
He was probably asking for permission out of consideration for what happened the other day. However, Tomoe didn't feel like bringing up such a tiresome subject under the current circumstances.
お願いします。私は現場に戻りますので。それでは。
After saying that, Tomoe politely bowed, then exited the hallway in front of the hospital room. She felt like she could hear Yamotai say something, but she continued walking toward the entrance without slowing down. She didn't want him to see her face right now. After making her way out of the entrance, she took a deep breath as the nighttime breeze cooled her head. Then, and then Atara roughly put the braids to stop right in front of her. Oh, Fujita. I was going to say Oishi. Wait, it wouldn't even make sense. Oishi's not even here, dude. It's Ron Prefecture. Or, same prefecture? Ron City. Or whatever. He's not here. The person who opened the driver's side door and leapt out was none other than Fujita. What's up, buddy?
大丈夫ですか？俺、県警からの緊急連絡を聞いて、ここに。ちょうどよかった。藤田君、現場まで乗せていってくれる？え？あ、いや、それより、未来さんのお怪我は？私は平気。それより、現場を見ておきたいの。多分、これは事故じゃないから。それじゃ、車が爆発したのは事故じゃなくて、誰かの恋。
How the fuck would it be an accident, dude? I mean, I guess maybe you can argue the burglars did something to blow it up by accident, but it's just so unlikely, right? I think the normal assumption would be it was intended. I'm surprised that's not like the main thing. 駐車場に入る前から嫌にガソリンの匂いがきつかったし、それに今時エンジンを始動せずに車が爆発するなんて偶発的な事故ではありえないわ。それにしても一体何なんですかね。It's because you didn't go on a date with him. Imagine. Imagine if it's not like some organization stopping her from investigating or whatever. It's just because the man was mad he couldn't get laid. But no matter who it was, right now Tomoe is ready to explode with rage against the culprit. Her precious little sister Madoka. Tomoe couldn't understand the logic behind it, but she wasn't going to let anyone hurt her. And then... Oh my god, I forgot she fucking thought she saw Rena just peeking around the corner. That's why she didn't suspect anyone else. Just fucking... Rena didn't bomb your car, bro. Though, to be fair, she did. It's not like she's never used gasoline and created a bomb before. I guess she technically has experience. That's really funny, actually. I guess that kind of raises the probability. But you're telling me she came all the way here? Ah, shot. Reina Ryuju's roar of laughter still lingered in her ears. She quickly called an ambulance to pick up Madoka, but when she looked again, the girl was nowhere to be found. Even though she only dropped her dart for a moment, she still lamented her mistake. She tightly clenched her jaw. She still wasn't sure if Reina Ryuju was involved in the case. In fact, she was dubious whether that was actually Reina Ryuju herself. Good. Even so, I swear I'll find this criminal. Tomoe swore that, deep in her heart. What the heck? Why? What's Omaki? What is that? Is that the girl? The girlfriend? Girl? Nagisa? After hearing that, Tomoe couldn't help but ask Fujita to repeat it. Okay, so it's not like she... Oh, yeah, she lives in Omaki. But it was just a girl, right? I mean, I guess it could have been her. Hopefully not. Omaki was definitely the place where Nagisa said she lived. Because I did say the Nagisa meeting Rena was probably not going to be good. I feel like Rena's response would actually be more like, since she's trying to go with this whole new personality, erasing her past life, she would probably be like completely reject her, like, who are you, or whatever. Just, like, ignore her. And after Nagisa gauged her feelings and talked about like the fun times with Rena, it might be like a shocking blow if she just doesn't acknowledge her or the incident at all. So I didn't see it going down that route, but I guess we should see first. And a female student died in an accident there? Just then. Uh, uh-oh. Damn! What the fuck? So, okay, so she did die. I thought it might have been a fake out. Maybe it was the scenario. Oh man, that would suck, man. Damn. The voice on the radio was full of static, and it was coming from far away, but she could hear it. Nagisa Ozaki. She was hit by a truck and died immediately.
藤田君、大至急で大巻に向かって。え、早く。
Damn, bro. No, not Nagisa, dude. I feel like it is just rejection from Rena, though. She's not, like, going around killing people. And, like, Nagisa's weak mental state. I don't know, man. Tips! Don't tip me. Medical examination records. For Nagisa? Time, Monday, October 11th, 9:17 p.m. Subject's full name, Tomoe Minai. Oh. Oh, is this in the routes where she dies? Takuchi City, Aichi Prefecture. Well, I mean, yeah, she died in the two other routes, but I guess in Kaidoboshi, she actually died on screen. And Sometsushi, she died, like, in the epilogue. Occupation, working at Takuchi Station on behalf of Aichi Prefectural Police Headquarters. Symptoms, fever and coma, blank in the neck. Description in German. Oh, is it this arc? Because obviously she's suffering from Hinamizawa syndrome too. Kind of. I mean, it has to be with these like vivid imaginations of Rena. Antipyretic and nutrients administered to 20 cc injection of blank. Suspected of blank blank. Symptom level is blank. Yep. Okay. This is her. Dead. Yep. They said symptom. Medical records have been faxed to Gogra University Hospital requesting follow from doctor in charge. Report required. I guess I never really imagined that other hospitals were also doing Hinamizawa syndrome stuff. Like, obviously the home base is in Hinamizawa, but they probably outsource some of the stuff there. Okay, well, I feel like maybe she's gonna die this arc, man. Fuck. No, man. Will Tomoe ever live an arc? I mean, I feel like this is the final arc for her, so that kind of sucks. Tomoe ignored Fujita's repeated attempts to stop her as she climbed out of her car and walked toward the crime scene. Sensing that something was off, he stepped in front of her and turned around, trying to block her advance. Fujita couldn't help but gasp at that quiet but fiercely wrathful remark. What on earth? What happened to her? This was truly the first time Fujita had ever seen a look of such rage on Tomoe's face. It had been over 2 months since Section Chief Yamamura assigned him to work with the female detective named Tomoe Minai. Even though they were the same age, he was working as a subordinate 2 ranks below her. She was smart, but also had a surprisingly childlike side to her. She was also charming and far more approachable than the usual elite course members, complemented by the serious but attentive look of a class representative. So even though she would frequently shout and violently lash out, He would always step in and stop her halfway. However, that arrangement worked well. But he couldn't do that now. In fact, he couldn't even get close to her. If her anger before was like taking a blow from a wooden sword, right now she was wielding a real sword. There was a viciousness that suggested that he'd be killed if he moved any closer.
みないさん。
Then Tomoe silently walked by Fujita's side as he stood there petrified. After that, two detectives from the second division who were doing crowd control noticed the two of them and quickly ran to them.
なんですか、みない次長。ここは捜査二課が担当ですよ。今さら来ても、うちが仕切ってるんですからね。
Ooh, don't. Not smart now. To play faction stuff.
どけ。
The two detectives from the second division who attempted to stop her were overwhelmed by her intense aura and ended up backing out of her way.
みないさん。
Still feeling puzzled, Fujita followed behind Tomoe and walked to the crime scene. Forensic investigations was being conducted and evidence photos were being taken throughout the site, while red police flashlights flashed all around them. And behind the crowd of people tirelessly working was a slightly bulging sheet laying on the ground. When Tomoe began walking in that direction, a hand grabbed her from the side. Oh, here's Hayami.
どうしたんだ。ここはあんたの担当じゃないだろう。すみません、早見さん。すぐ出て行きますので。おい。
With that, Tomoe bowed her head to her acquaintance from the mobile investigation team, and then she lifted up the sheet without waiting for an answer. Oh, probably not pretty. Until now, she thought she was getting used to seeing corpses. It takes a change of heart to be able to look at the miserable state of a human life. But right now... I mean, I imagine it's not pretty. I think they described it like her head was crushed and she died instantly, right? She clenched her fist so intensely that her nails bit into her palms. A dull sound rang out as she clenched her teeth. Then, sensing the warm, rusty smell emanating from her mouth, Tomoe wiped at her lip. It was a slimy liquid. She was biting down on her lip without thinking, and she bit hard enough to cut into the meat and spout blood. She had a bright smile on her face when they parted ways. The image still lingered on the back of her eyelids. She was such a cute girl. She was a strong-willed girl, wanted to put the past to rest and finally move forward. And yet, never again would she be able to see her face to have a conversation together.
みないさん、知り合いなんですか。少し前に会って話をしたわ。可愛い子だったのよ。とっても。
Trying her hardest to suppress her rage and emotions, Tomoe said that and moaned. Really, really cute. She surely would have been a beautiful woman in the future. She lamented that it wouldn't come to be and regretted it. The mobile investigation team detective Hayami put a hand on Tomoe's shoulders as he said that. After taking a deep breath to cool her head, Tomoe folded the sheet down and held her hands together and closed her eyes.
現場で唖然となっていたよ。業務上過失致死の現行犯でついさっき県警に連行した。取り調べは今のところ交通課ではなく本部捜査一課で行われる予定だ。捜査一課で？
Hayami nodded. The truck was allegedly driving at normal speed, but the driver only at the last second noticed the shadow of a person on the ground in a shaded area where the streetlights couldn't reach. When the driver quickly turned the wheel and slammed on the brakes, he couldn't get away.
証言通りブレーキの跡は確かにあった。今も現場検証中だが、少なくとも人が地面にいると分かった上で故意に引いたとは考えにくい。しかも飛び出してきたのならともかく、わざわざ街灯が見えにくい場所を選んで横たわって、いや、置かれていた。
I guess that is true. I didn't really think of the possibility, but there is a possibility that she was killed or knocked out and was just set there. And once you run them over, it's hard to tell the cause of death, right? So that's true. I didn't think of that, but I don't know, man. I guess I still believe more in the heartbroken suicide theory just because her mental was already so shaky. And like, why would someone kill her? I mean, it's definitely not Rena. Rena's not going around doing this shit. And I'm sure it'll come up. It'll, I'm sure at some point Tomoe's gonna ask Towishi to like spot Rena, and it's gonna prove her alibi, for sure.
それで一家がわざわざ。被害者は女子学生だ。おそらくマスコミが食いつく。報道対応のことも考慮して、本部で対応した方がいいというのが堂島課長の判断だ。この遺体もすぐに司法解剖に回すことになっている。そうですか。それよりも姫さん、ここは早く引き上げた方がいい。今ここには二課の。
Unfortunately, as Hayami whispered that to Tomoe, Section Chief Okabe and Kojima from the 2nd Division had arrived. Bro, shut up, Kojima. I like the other guy, though. He's cool-ish. After a quick glance at the two of them and their magnanimous demeanor, Tomoe turned away from the sheet and rose to her feet. Okabe stepped between her and Hayami as if to say they were in the way and made Kojima lift the sheet. Having said that, Hayami somewhat forcefully began laying the sheet back down. He was being considerate of Tomoe. Oh no. I feel like Tomoe could freak out here if they say some insensitive shit, and it's bad because they're pretty high up people. Oh. Well, that helps a bit. They believe it's not 100%, but they believe she was alive. She could still have been knocked out, I guess, but at least it wasn't like killed and then meant to seem like she committed suicide.
自殺なら受験勉強の疲れ、失恋からの絶望、殺人なら怨恨暴行といったところか。
Classic media hater stuff from Ryukishi. That's probably true. Yeah, do not shout at him. Tomoe did everything to resist the urge to shout at him and tell him to keep his mouth shut if he doesn't know the circumstances.
我々の出る幕はないな。あとは地域課に任せて、我々は引き上げてもいいがね。どうぞ、お疲れ様です。そんなわけだから南井次長、君たちも引き上げたまえ。手柄を横取りするつもりだったかもしれない。
Chill, bro. Read the room. Tomoe wasn't interested in playing along with Okabe's sarcastic banter, so she pretended not to hear it and turned to Hayami. My bad.
それと念のために運転手の聴取内容もお伺いできますでしょうか。ああ、わかった。それとこの周辺の遺留物もでき。ああ、それは私たちを通して県警に依頼してもらいたいものですね。
Bro, nobody likes you, Kojima.
この山は二課の担当なんですから、規則を遵守していただかなくては困ります。
Just shoo. Even your boss would rather have Minai low key. I mean, he thought so himself, okay? Kojima stepped between Tomoe and Hayami as he said that. It was so obvious to everyone that he was just saying that to earn points with Okabe. So true. Nobody likes him, bro. But Tomoe concealed her emotion and responded, of course, while nodding. Bro, she sounds so pissed. I don't think I've ever heard her sound this pissed. It's crazy. It's scary. Bro, what? Who let this man cook? What is he spitting, bro? What are you... Oh my god. Tomoe silently asked herself which of us is the Fox here, but responded with a wry smile as though she didn't care. Oof. However, Kojima kept going, seemingly spurred by the threat of her incurring... However, Kojima kept going, seemingly spurred by the threat of incurring her boss's anger. Bro! Why would you... Why are you saying... First off, why the fuck would you say that? Second off, you're saying this when in front of, like, this really bad incident. In front of your boss? Like, you think your boss is not be like, hell yeah, bro, you owned her. You're insane. Honestly, maybe a little points to Kojima for having balls of steel. But I think he's just an idiot. Bro, he's like asking to get locked, man. I mean, I don't want Tomoe to do it, but I'm not gonna feel bad if she does. Okabe, control your man. He's really, like, honestly, Tomoe's self-control has been so good, and this guy just says probably, like, the worst thing you can say to her. Like, Jesus Christ. Stop. Oh my, I feel secondhand embarrassment for this guy. Man really thinks he's doing something, huh? I'm honestly, I'm just waiting for, like, the sentence to be cut off, because I feel like Tomoe's gonna fucking smash him. Come on, you're not a talk back, right? Like, I know you're supposed to be polite, but this is unprovoked, like, shit talk. Oh shit. Here we go. Normally she would have cursed him in her heart and paid that comment no heed. As a member of society, she intended to have the minimum level of patience and common sense expected of an adult. Listen, I agree that you shouldn't just start a fight with anyone who, like, jabs at you, but this is literally, like, man's winding up and just full punching her in the face. Like, these comments are horrible, right? Like, I feel like if you were like you can probably report this to HR. Like, this is like harassment. Like, this is bad. Like, obviously, then you can spew like, oh, the boss is marrying her sister, but like this is like really bad. I don't know. But But today, right at this very moment, you know what, Fujita, you gotta be a bro and just punch him for her. You gotta notice this. I don't know how he doesn't sense this rising anger, this aura, but Fujita senses it. He's gonna take the blow. Oh no. Bro. Of course he would say that. Then she's gonna say shut up and he's gonna shrink. Ooh. Oh, I'm ready for it. I'm scared. Delinquent Tomoe talk. Ooh, was that a swing? Bro, Fujita, it was your chance, bro. Okay, I mean, he did help. Okay. This is probably a better response instead of clocking the guy. After just stop Tomoe. But you know, before he was like, she's too scary. But now he's doing it. Okay. Good. After she closed the distance between them and spoke up with a totally different tone, Kojima couldn't help but fall silent. If Fujita hadn't grabbed her arm so quickly, she might have taken it a step further, and it would have been based. There were rumors going around behind the scenes ever since she came to Tokihogushi Station, but since the rumors were completely ungrounded, Tomoe paid them no heed. This guy's like pretty high level. Obviously, she's higher technically, right? But this is like the right hand man of the secondary boss. However, if someone were to make flippant remarks right in front of her, rather than acting like a considerate, sensible adult, what could you expect? Literally. Literally. I mean, you would still probably get in trouble if you punched him, but like, one of the most reasonable situations to punch him. Shut up. True. Scold your subordinate. He's wilding. So true. Why are you telling her this and this? I don't know. But why? Okay. Oof, who got punched? That line breed the punch, the sounds. Gotta remember the sounds don't necessarily correlate in the taunt arts. That line breached the end of Tomoe's patience. She completely flew off the handle. Deserved. True. Oh my god. Nah, just do it. Just fucking do it. We're already in it. Honestly, once you take one step forward, just fucking go for it. You know, I was saying be cautious too, but now she's doing it. Just fucking do it, man. Dude, I can just imagine, like, journalists just watching this scene, you know? And a girl just got run over here and there's a fierce argument happening. That'd be good news. Even if they can't hear what's happening. It's just, like, so insensitive to, like, the victim. To bring up politics and personal attacks. She couldn't remember, well, what happened after that. But in the end, they were thrown out of the crime scene by nearby investigators. The one thing she didn't forget was the pain of Hayami hitting her and shouting, "Calm down." Damn, Hayami. I mean, it's for her own sake. I get it. But it was based. Hey, we're on the... We're in the hospital, dude. I mean, I guess it made sense for Madoka. 1 week? That's not that bad. Come on, that's not that bad. And she can use this time to go to, Otonomiya, maybe. Tomoe vented her irritation at Madoka, who had been sitting in bed, while she continued peeling the apple that she brought for Madoka. Madoka couldn't help but sigh while gazing at the dexterity of her handiwork. Obviously. Yeah, it helped that she wasn't the instigator, and also, I know, even though, you know, the boss. I know, like obviously, like they have a good relationship. I'm sure, like the boss Loki does do stuff for Tomoe because of the Madoka situation, but at the same time, she's just like a good officer, and they get along well too, right? They're friends. True. Yeah. It was based. When her sister so bluntly pointed that out, Tomoe was completely at a loss for words. Indeed, even in situations where blood rushes to your head, resorting to violence is the lowest act a member of society can stoop to. But secretly, Madoka was a little happy about it. It's for your honor. Just write on a piece of paper. Don't actually apologize to those guys. They don't deserve it. Does he recognizes those? He was going over the line. I bet he was just... He kind of had to, like, touch it, too. Just because they had this feud. He can't really, like, look weak in it to the other guys, right? Violence theater. Realizing there's nothing she could say to win this argument, Tomoe sullenly cut off her protest. Then she sliced the peel to apple into pieces, cut out the core, and neatly set them on a plate, and inserted toothpicks in each of them before lightly holding the plate out to Madoka. So, Madoka's on fire today. As she said that, Madoka took the small plate, grabbed one by the toothpick, and shoved it in her mouth. The strong, sweet, and sour, and the moderately soft texture of fruit mixed together to be very delicious. Tomoe picked up another apple and cut it into 8 half-moon shaped pieces. This one was unpeeled and intended to share with Madoka.
どうなんだろうって話してないの？折を見て話すつもりだったんだけど、今日までつい。はあ、まったく。
This time it was Tomoe's turn to heave a sigh. Her tendency to act immediately without thinking made things difficult at a time like this. And Tomoe couldn't act like it wasn't her issue either.
前に付き合ってた彼氏とはこれが全ての原因ってわけじゃないけど、やっぱりうまくいかなかったんだよね。見慣れない人にはちょっと引いちゃう感じらしくてさ。飲食店のバイトも厨房の火のせいであんまり長く続かなかった。ライターとかならなんとか平気なんだけどね。窓か。
She understood now the reason she insisted on working at that cabaret club. If she couldn't cheer herself up with alcohol, she wouldn't have been able to work.
ここに入院したのだって表向きは頭打ったってことにしてるし、今更言ったらなんて反応するかな。
I mean, he's gonna be fine with it because he's a good person,
ひど
so.
いことを言う人じゃないことは
Though, to be fair,
分かってるんだけど。
I guess I don't know how much I can blame a guy for calling off a relationship to a girl who's basically fire phobic. It's a weird situation for sure. But obviously, my dude's gonna be fine. Seeing the deeply troubled look at Madoka's face made Tomoe's chest ache. Even after all this, her little sister was earnestly thinking about Yamokai. She still didn't know what Yamokai's intentions were, but even so.
大丈夫よ。あの人ならちゃんと受け止めてくれるって。そうかな。そうよ。
She put some more apples. She finished pouring on the small plate and bit into one while smiling to try to encourage her sister.
他人のそういうところを面倒に思う人だったら、これまでだって父さんのことで協力してくれたりしないって。だからちゃんと相談してこれからのことを話し合いなさい。私が健在なら全然 OK だけど、いつまでもそうとは限らないでしょ。なんだそりゃ。不吉なこと言わないでよ。でもひょっとしたら万が一、いや億が一にもあの野郎と結婚生活でも送ることを考えたら、さっさとバラした方が気が楽よ。あんただってそれくらいのことは分かってんでしょ。うん。
Madoka nodded her head. She understood all that, but she wanted to hear her sister say it. Because it felt like she was just making excuses.
ああ、なんか話したらすっきりしちゃった。やっぱ持つべきものは物分かりのいいお姉様だね。調子のいいこと言ってんじゃない。それに交際は認めても結婚なんてよっぽど頑張らないとうなずいてなんかやんないからね。うわ、まだ言ってますよこの人は。
Just then, the episode ended. Just running here. Thanks guys for watching. Very fun episode. I mean, Rip Nagisa. But the whole fight scene was actually definitely stole the show. But yeah, let's see. Let's continue the investigation of what happened to Nagisa. Should be fun. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.